Hey, what's up, gentlemen and ladies? Holy crap, guys, I have been playing through the Final Fantasy 15 Royal DLC. By far the best update to Final Fantasy 15 so far, in my opinion. Not only does this new DLC add a ton of awesome new things for gameplay, which I'm still playing through by the way right now, but it also adds quite a bit of story to the game, which I honestly was not expecting at all. Specifically regarding Ardyn and his entire backstory that everybody was like super eager to learn about. Ever since Final Fantasy 15 came out, people have had all sorts of theories on what exactly happened with Ardyn, since the game doesn't really make it 100% clear. And most of us were expecting that they would reveal the details for this on episode Ardyn, which was already confirmed a while ago for the Season 2 of DLC for Final Fantasy 15, which the Royal Pack is not a part of, but it's also not technically a part of the first season, so could you call this a 1.5? Oh god, no, we're getting into that Kingdom Hearts territory. But anyways, there was actually some details that were mentioned during the Royal DLC in some of the new cutscenes that they added. Now, I guess if you care about not knowing absolutely anything that's on the DLC, then you should probably have not clicked on this video to begin with, but just in case you did, yes, I am going to be talking about parts of it and having some of the gameplay on screen, as you might have already noticed. Not everything though, I mean honestly, I haven't seen everything that's on the DLC yet. I just replayed through Chapter 14 and, well, the new things that they added there. So, okay, first of all, Ardyn brings back Regis's wall that he used to protect the city of Insomnia, basically just to taunt Noctis. Like, he puts it around the palace, which... dick move, Ardyn. But more so than anything, it's an excuse to have this really badass moment where all of the Astrals come together and help you break the wall with the help of Luna. Definitely one of the most epic cutscenes in all of 15 for me. Now, the Cerberus fight is pretty much what you'd expect. If I'm being embarrassingly honest, I still have not beat Comrades, so I can't really say how different the fight is from the one there, although personally I'm assuming that it's not very different. Side note, I'm going to be on my buddy Storm's stream for Comrades this Friday, so if you guys want to check it out and that sounds interesting, then I'll leave a link to his channel in the description. But anyways, the part that I really wanted to get to was the battles with the kings of old, the Lucia. These are some of the best fights in Final Fantasy 15. They're not like against some super giant monster and are like super clunky or anything like that. No, these feel like actual real fair fights against these really powerful large humanoid enemies. To begin with, they let us see the Lucia designs more up close, which I really appreciate, because for the longest time now I've been wanting to make this fan art of what I think that the 13 Lucia would have looked like as humans, and this really helps me out. I wonder if they're in the bestiary. I didn't check. Actually, why aren't all 13 of them in the bestiary? Get on that, Square. When you fight the first one, which is the Fears, I thought that it was going to be one battle that just sort of like cycled through all 13 of them. Like, they would have lower HP than most regular bosses, but you'd fight them like one by one as part of the same boss battle. But then the battle actually lasted a while, so I was like, I don't know, maybe it's just this one. However, then you continue further and you get to fight the rogue, so I was really confused. I was like, do you really get to fight all 13 of them in real battles? This is gonna take forever. I mean, if you can fight all 13 of them in optional fights, then I'm all for it. That sounds really badass, actually, like the data battles from Kingdom Hearts 2. But it turns out that you actually just get to fight 3 of them. But anyways, after you defeat each one, they basically tell you, like, that they were being controlled to fight against their will, and they give you some kind of general advice to move forward. Now, the real interesting one that I wanted to bring up is the fight with the Mystic. Not only does he have a really badass finale with what looks like the final boss stage from episode Ignis to me, which actually ties into this, but I'll get into that in a little bit. But basically, he's the last fight before you go up to Ardyn, and the line that he says is this:
"Go forth, restore the light, and free my brother from his curse."
Oh yeah, you heard that right. Free my brother from this curse. So now we have in-game confirmation of how Ardyn ties into the Callum family and the Lucian royal line. There was many theories on how Ardyn's real name of Lucis Callum actually tied into the story. Some people speculated that the king of Lucis stole his name. Some people speculated that they were related, and we finally have some confirmation on this after like a year of speculating. I brought up episode Ignis earlier because actually there was something having to do with that in that DLC. However, this wasn't actually in the English version, which is probably why you didn't hear a lot of people talking about it, but supposedly in the Japanese version of episode Ignis, there's a quote that says he became demonized by his brother who would become the founder king. And now we know that that founder king is the man who established the Great Kingdom of Lucis, the younger brother to Ardyn, the Mystic. Yeah, the man whose blade we were using the entire game. I actually don't even remember which of the blades the Mystic had. All those swords look kind of the same. Let's be real here. The Rogue had like the best weapon in the entire game, right? I mean, like, there's no arguing about that. Now, personally, I think that this is a little bit weird because I actually used to have a theory that the 13 Lucii were actually just the 13 most recent monarchs of Lucis, because the monument outside of the palace reads Regis Lucis Callum 113, which means that there was 112 kings or queens that came before him, which would leave out 100 ancestors for some reason that are just not Lucii. They don't get a special grave like the 13. However, now we know that one of the Lucii was the first king of Lucis, so are they just picked randomly? If I had to propose an actual theory, I'd probably have to say that they might only become Lucii if they perform something remarkable compared to the other 100 monarchs during their lives, but still, that's a bit weird. Like, who judges that? Is it the other Lucii? Did the first one just automatically become a Lucii and then he got to choose which other ones got to become a Lucii? Why did Regis become a Lucii? This is really confusing. Will Noctis get to become a Lucii? I don't know. It really doesn't make much sense. But anyways, I guess that's getting off topic. I do really love the fact, though, that they finally explained what the hell happened with Ardyn all those hundreds of years ago. And now we have a somewhat clear picture of what we can expect from episode Ardyn and what that's going to be like. It's going to tell the story of Ardyn being rejected by both the Astrals and the people of Eos, a betrayal story where his younger brother takes all his hopes and dreams and just steals them away from him. This is a true villain story right here. I mean, I know that everybody already loved Ardyn when the game first came out just because of his personality, which admittedly, yes, he does steal the show anytime that he's on screen, and he's really fun to, you know, see play out during the game. However, more and more now, I'm starting to love Ardyn because of his story, which is really weird to think about because we really didn't know much about it at all up until recently. What a tragic tale of a man who basically gave up his life and his humanity for everybody else in the world and basically ended up being betrayed by the gods, forgotten by the people, and erased from history by his own family. Hence why he changed his name to Ardyn Izunia. I, for one, cannot wait to play episode... Oh. Hold on, guys. I'm getting a call from Iris.
There's something I wanted to talk with you about.
What?
It can wait. I'd rather talk about it in person.
Oh, fuck you, Tabata! Become a rogue, paladin, mage, dragoon, or summoner by pledging to my Patreon and getting awesome rewards like being able to choose a video topic, invites to be on videos like my podcast series, access to my exclusive Discord server, monthly giveaways, and so much more. If you enjoyed this video, please consider pledging. Shout out this month goes to Planner Walk.